Coming to you from the Lydia Media Studios in the heart of Lewiston, Auburn, it's Lydia's Lunch Bunch. Wait, let's get some help from Eli Lev.
It's Lydia's Lunch Bunch.
LA's afternoon morning show with Mark and Sarah. We're covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com.
And today's show is brought to you by DeBlois Electric, building lasting relationships since 1967. From home to business, DeBlois Electric offers repairs, upgrades, standby generators, EV chargers, and heat pumps. No job is too big or too small for their fully trained, licensed technicians. Visit DeBloisElectric.com. Also brought to you by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to beer, wine, and spirits, don't botch it, squatch it. At 4 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com. And remember, the party starts at Ruper's.
And we have the pleasure of being joined in studio today by members of the American Red Cross of Central and Mid-Coast Maine, Executive Director Sophie Piconi. How you doing, Sophie?
Good morning. Well, thank you.
Good morning. And thanks for traveling to visit us today.
I travel the state of Maine every day, so this is no problem.
Oh, great. All right. Awesome. And board member Angela Greenwald. How you doing, Angela?
Good, thank you.
Good. Thanks for joining us today. Did you guys have a good 3-day weekend? Did you have a 3-day weekend? No.
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
I know, I work in banking, and I did not have a 3-day weekend.
Well, that's unacceptable.
I know.
All right.
Sophie's just shaking her head disapprovingly. What?
You have to have a good 3-day weekend.
Before you leave, Angela, just give us the names and numbers of your superiors. And Sarah,
We'll take care of it.
Sarah and I will take care of it.
We're all over it.
That's right. We're going to talk to Sophie and Angela all about the American Red Cross. But before we get there, let's take a look at some headlines for Tuesday, September 2nd.
The Sun-Journal reports that hundreds of people lined both sides of the Longley Bridge during yesterday's Workers Over Billionaires protest. The Labor Day gathering was one of many across the country protesting the Trump administration's policies and government overreach while advocating for health care, public education, unions, and science.
St. Mary's Pediatrics has achieved patient-centered medical home recognition from the National Committee for Quality Assurance. The PCMH model focuses on building ongoing relationships with patients and families, coordinating care across different providers, and making services easier to access.
Humanitarian, mentor, and former Maine politician Bill Diamond passed away on Sunday at the age of 80. Diamond served in the Maine Senate and the Maine House of Representatives. He was also the Secretary of State from 1989 to 1996. As an advocate for the child welfare system in the state, he founded the nonprofit Walk a Mile in Their Shoes.
And the Auburn Public Library will offer a series of fall slow flow yoga classes on Tuesdays beginning September 9th. The series is open to all levels and will be led by Tisha Bremner of Insightful Workplace Solutions.
She's great.
Hey, we know her.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Registration is available at auburnpubliclibrary.org.
You want to talk about the weather?
Let's do it.
Rain or shine, it's all okay. Grab your uke and start the day. You don't need perfect skies above. Hey, just a song and a little love. There it is. It's a beautiful 3-day stretch on the way. Blue skies and sunshine with a high of 77 and a low of 55. More of the same for tomorrow. High 75 and low of 54. And sunny on Thursday with highs in the mid-70s.
In sports, Trevor Story went 3 for 4, including a home run, as the Red Sox beat the Cleveland Guardians 6-4. They'll play again tonight at 6:45 in Boston. The Sox also signed closer Aroldis Chapman through the 2026 season.
Bates College field hockey hosts the University of Southern Maine tonight at 6.
In high school girls soccer, Lewiston visits Leavitt this afternoon at 4.
And the Patriots will open their season at home against the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday afternoon.
That is your news, weather, and sports. And right now it's time for the podcast segment that is
Sweeping!
Twin Cities. It's time for famous people birthdays.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
Let's take a look at FPBs for September the 2nd, shall we?
All right.
All right. Our guests don't know what to make of the jingles.
You need to get on that Ruper's jingle.
Sophie's like, should I even be
I
here?
know.
It's fabulous. I love it.
We are going to start off with Selma Hayek, who is 59 years old today.
Amazing.
Amazing.
She's very funny.
Wicked.
She's very funny.
Yeah, she was great in 30 Rock, playing opposite Alec Baldwin. There, she was also in Desperado with Antonio Banderas.
That was the first movie I ever saw her in, and I just thought she was so cool in that movie.
Yeah, that was back in 95.
Yeah.
And From Dusk Till Dawn, a Quentin Tarantino joint.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's right up your alley.
All right, yeah.
It's pretty bad.
That was in 96.
Yeah.
She was also in Wild Wild West and Dogma
Yes.
and a bunch of other stuff. She's awesome.
Dogma was my favorite.
Yeah.
She was so good in that.
And let's see here. Ooh, Keanu Reeves. Celebrating birthday number 61 today.
He's like right up there with Tom Hanks level awesome.
Yeah, John Wick is 61 years old today.
I just remember him as Ted.
Right.
It's just Ted from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
That's right. And The Bogus Journey.
And The Bogus Journey.
And the third one they made that never should have seen the light of
I
day.
don't know that one. We have
Yeah.
we frequently say at our house, something is afoot at the Circle K. Like that's a common thing. Oh, something is afoot at the Circle K. Because we live right down the street from the Circle K.
And he was also, what was his name? Neo in The Matrix.
Yeah. He was also in Speed.
That's right.
Yeah. That was one of
Sandy Bullock.
That was like the first grown-up movie I saw him in, like apart from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, where I was like, wait, isn't that Ted? Wow, he's actually a pretty good actor.
Mark Harmon, 74 years old today.
Love him.
He was on NCIS. He also starred in an 80s movie called Summer School.
Best with
That was-
Kirstie Alley, right?
Yes, that was very underrated.
Very underrated.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he played quarterback for UCLA.
Did not know that.
Yeah, what a guy.
Oh.
Yep. And speaking of quarterbacks, rounding out FPBs for September the 2nd is Terry Bradshaw.
Ooh.
77 years old today. He's a 4-time Super Bowl champ.
Wow.
And he's been part of the Fox NFL Sunday pregame shows since 1994. Those are your FPBs for September the 2nd. Now it's time for some OTDs. It happened on this day. It happened on this day. It happened on this day.
It's the best of all of them, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sophie likes it.
Sophie wanted to know if that was me or David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
It's me.
Hard to tell.
It's me, Sophie.
Mark.
That's amazing.
No auto-tune or anything. That's just me. Record,
Unplugged.
post, done. Little treat for the masses.
I love it.
Let's see. 30 years ago in 1995, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame opened with a benefit concert featuring James Brown, Johnny Cash, Bob Dylan, and Aretha Franklin.
Sign me up for that one.
Are you kidding?
Oof.
That must have been amazing.
Yeah.
47 years ago in 1978, one Gloria Fajardo married the very Enfuego Cubano Emilio Estefan. And thus became Gloria Estefan. Today is their 47th anniversary. That's like 1,000 years in celebrity.
Oh, absolutely.
Marriages, right?
Yeah.
They've been married an entire lifetime.
That's got to be a record.
It's pretty cool. 80 years ago in 1945, Japan formally surrendered, officially ending World War II. Yay! And everybody celebrated. And 124 years ago in 1901, Theodore Roosevelt gave his famous speech where he said, "Speak softly and carry a big stick." He was the vice president at the time. Good old Teddy, the teddy bear.
The teddy bear.
That's right.
So there you go. Those are your FPBs and OTDs for September the 2nd.
Whether you want a sit-down meal or a grab-and-go, Pat's Pizza in Auburn offers delicious sandwiches, pasta, salads, and pizza at family-friendly prices. Pat's Pizza, serving the L.A. area since 1985. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 85 Center Street in Auburn. Online at patsauburn.com.
Now, at this very moment, we shift focus fully to to our guests in studio from the American Red Cross of Central and Mid-Coast Maine, Sophie and Angela. And we are going to cover a lot of what the Red Cross does. But before we do, I'd like to get to know a little bit about the two of you. Angela, we'll start with you, since you're a new board member, right?
Great.
Yeah? Great, she said. Great.
Did you need more time to prepare?
Nope, go for
All right.
it.
So, Angela, tell us what inspired you to become a member of the American Red Cross.
So I actually joined because I chair the steering committee for another thing that I'm in, the Auburn Community Concert Band. Patty is in the steering committee with me there, and she said, I think you'd be really good at joining the board for the Red Cross because you're right on top of things, so maybe give it a shot. And so I reached out to Sophie, and it all went uphill from there.
And how long ago was this?
We connected last November, so it's been almost a year.
All right. So you're coming up on your anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Sophie, let's hear your story.
How I came to the Red Cross?
No, like when you were born, and where you went to school.
We're going to be here.
How
all
you
day,
got
right?
here
We're
from
gonna be all over
California.
I walked. It was a very long walk.
This is going to be a long story. Buckle up, Mark.
Exactly. Get your coffee ready. No, so I've been with the Red Cross for just now 3 years. And I came to the Red Cross because being new to Maine and having been in nonprofit for many years back in California, I'm not going to say exactly how many years, but many years, I was looking for, to find my place here in Maine in an organization that really stood for what I believe in and that I could really put my heart into. And the mission of the Red Cross is to prevent and alleviate human suffering. And I don't know how anyone couldn't stand behind that. And so I was fortunate enough to be appointed as the executive director. And it has been, honestly, in all my years of working, the most wonderful 3 years I have ever had.
Can I ask what brought you to Maine?
My husband and I are both from California, multiple generation Californians. And it's just not the California that it was when we were growing up. Where we came from was very much like Maine. And so, you didn't have keys to your house. Everybody knew each other. Everybody waved. Yep. And so we decided to leave our families and pick up. We brought our kids with us. We didn't leave the whole family.
I was worried.
All of our families are back in California. So we, packed up and moved to beautiful Maine. And we moved here sight unseen. It was really great.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
That's exciting.
It was an adventure.
How many years ago was that?
It's 6 years ago today.
Oh.
So on your
Maine
dates,
anniversary.
Yes, it is.
Put it on the list.
For next year.
OTD on this date.
yes.
7 years ago.
7 years ago. The Piconi family.
Awesome.
Yep.
How do you like our winters?
You know what? I love it. We're from San Diego. So it's Groundhog's Day there, 72 and sunny every single day, 365 days a year. So the weather has been having seasons has been really wonderful for our whole family. We enjoy it. My kids never skied prior to moving here. They're now both certified ski instructors. They're on the slopes all winter long. And so it's nice. And we live on the coast, so it's not as severe as the western part of the state. So I know we love it.
Let's talk about the Red Cross, shall we? Sophie, you mentioned the Red Cross. Its mission is to alleviate human suffering. I think we all know a little bit about the Red Cross, but we don't know the whole. And I know that's a loaded question, but can you give us an overview of what the Red Cross is all about and what it does?
Sure, yes. Overview, and just like you said, what the Red Cross does is enormous. We have different lines of service. So most people think of us as, blood donations. You see our signs up, you hear the appeals, please donate blood, and blood products. We are the largest producer of blood and blood products in the United States. The Red Cross nationally provides 40% of all the blood in the United States. So it is vitally important that people make their donations. And if you haven't, we encourage you to please do. There's no replacement for blood. So that's what a lot of people think of us but then they also think of us, obviously, when you see on the news the big disasters. So the hurricanes, which tend to happen more frequently in other states other than Maine, even though here in Maine we are seeing quite a few disasters. It's been a very, very busy 3 years here. So we just don't respond to disasters. We are all about prevention, getting people prepared is what I say. A prepared community is a safe community. So we want to prepare them. And then we respond to disasters. So that'd be when you see us opening shelters, doing our feeding, doing our disaster assessment. That's during an active disaster. Then also we do recovery, which is the after a disaster. And believe it or not, we do that every single day here in Maine. You just don't see it. It's not the big hurricanes. It's the home fires. It's the floods that our volunteers respond to every day. So that's our disaster program, what we call Disaster Cycle Services, DCS. And then we have our service to the armed forces and international services, which is how the Red Cross was born through the Geneva Convention, which was working with the military. And so we still do that. It is what we do here in Maine is that we provide services to all of our active and veteran military and their family members. And we also do work with international services through a program that we call Restoring Family Links. And we see that especially here in the Auburn, Lewiston area, individuals who were separated, say, due to conflict, end up in refugee camps. It's hard for us to imagine as Americans sitting here in Auburn today and then waking up maybe tomorrow in Italy and being separated from our families. But for a lot of people in many countries, that is a reality, and they have no clue where their family members have gone. And so they need to find them, and we, the Red Cross, can help find those individuals. We also have our training services, which is our CPR, first aid, babysitting classes, swim lessons. So that's another component of what the Red Cross does. So we do a lot. We do a lot.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell. Not enough hours.
Understatement of the day.
Yes. Yes. That was how I first became introduced to the Red Cross, is that I worked for childcare and we were required to have CPR certification, and they actually came into our childcare, which was amazing, so that we were all in one place at one time and could take that class and have that preparedness, like you said, prepared for an emergency should it happen.
Yes.
It was pretty amazing.
Wonderful, yeah.
I was 18 years old and I was like, this is super cool. I didn't know that I could know how to do this. That's neat.
And I started giving blood about 5 years ago. I don't know why I hadn't up until that point, but a friend encouraged me to go, and there was nothing to it.
Thank you.
It's a great experience.
It is.
Yeah.
You get a cookie?
Oh, I got cookies. I got, I think there was some Fritos in there. There
Nice.
was some Oreos.
My boss at Lamy Wellahan donates platelets to the Red
Excellent.
Cross.
Thank you.
Just to clarify, that's another, when you're saying blood products, I didn't want to interrupt you, but that's something that is
Yes.
needed as well in addition to blood. And that's a little bit more of a process.
It is more of a process, more time consuming, but we need it just as much because, as I said, none of these products are available. We can't manufacture them. They have to come from people. Right. So if we don't have people, signing up and showing up to blood drives or donating, their platelets, then people in hospitals that are in desperate need will not get these, products. Yeah. So it's really, really important. So thank you so much for donating.
And I just want to encourage people, too, if you're considering donating blood, download the Red Cross app on your phone, which is fantastic. It tells you about all the upcoming blood drives and all the services that the Red Cross provides. And you can sign up right through the app, and all you got to do is show up that day.
What a great tip.
It is. And what else is really super cool is that you can follow, once you make your donation, you can follow your blood. So if, say you gave here in Auburn and it ends up going down to Boston to be processed, and then all of a sudden you'll get a notification, say in New Hampshire, that a 10-year-old boy received your blood.
I would cry immediately.
Exactly. I still get goosebumps just saying that. But that is something, thanks to technology, that people can now follow their donation.
So cool. Because it's probably all tracked by digital.
Yes.
Scan. Do you donate blood, Angela?
I do.
You strike me as someone who donates blood.
I only just recently started again because they were having a battle of the banks to try to donate more blood. So I had gone down to Portland, and ever since then I've just been kind of hooked on it. And there's a blood drive happening on September 11th at the Auburn Fire Department.
Oh, shoot.
Busy that day.
I actually have a flight to North Carolina that day. I'm not even kidding. I would go with you. I would try it again, but I'm flying out for North Carolina.
Fair enough. You're
Sorry.
excused.
Unless you can do it on the plane.
I don't think that's
No.
good plan.
Okay. Sorry. Then I can't.
We were talking a little bit before we started the podcast about September being Prevention Month
Yes.
for just about everything.
Oh.
Yes.
Right. So I guess I'll direct this question to whoever wants to take it. But what is Prevention Month and what are we preventing?
We're
So many things.
So many things. I mean, the list is huge, but really where we focus for the Red Cross on Prevention Month is getting ready for what here in Maine, the winters. So smoke alarms, pipes, are you ready? Do you have a go bag? Really talking about what you need to do to be ready in case something happens. And so, and here in Maine, our main disasters that we see are home fires, which we have multiple, even during the summertime, multiple a day, cold weather, flooding. And so those are the kind of areas that we really want people to start thinking about and focusing on. So if and when something happens, they're prepared. And so this is also the time of the year you'll notice that a lot of our local fire departments are doing open houses, and we're getting people ready before it starts to get cold to start thinking about what do you have in your car if you were to get stuck somewhere.
Right.
Are your smoke alarms working? Do you know who your neighbors are? Have you checked all of your equipment as far as ready to go? Do you have a go bag? Have you talked to your family about a plan? Make a plan if something happens. Yep.
What's in a go bag?
It really depends on the individual. So if you're leaving your house, so like I have something in my car, that is able to, I have some dried food, some granola bars, water. I have one of those space blankets that are super small and thin. Looks like a piece of tin foil. I have batteries and a flashlight. I also have a list of all the phone numbers of people because,
What if you don't have your phone?
If you lose your phone, how are you going to get a hold of people? People don't remember phone numbers anymore.
No.
I have the name of our insurance, our home insurance on there also because in case something happened, I wouldn't remember that. So I have that in my car at all times, and I have my husband do the same thing.
If you take medications, you should have
Yes.
at least a day's of medication in your
Yes.
go bag.
Angela, do you have a go bag?
I have a go bag for my animals, which is really kind of funny now that I'm thinking about it. Yes, I have a container of
Guessed
things.
that about you, actually.
Me too.
I would have guessed that.
Yep, that's it. That's all I need. They just need to flourish, and I'll be fine somewhere along
go on
the way.
without me.
Guys, take this bag.
Take this bag.
I'm right behind you.
You'll be fine. What do you have for animals?
I have 3 cats and a dog.
Oh,
Same.
It's the best combination. Is
it?
It's just mayhem. Yeah, all the time.
Total mayhem all the time.
is your dog terrified of the cats?
My dog is terrified of 2 of the cats, but one of them not really, and they like to have their little fisticuffs.
I forget his name. Is it Arthur?
Wilfred.
Wilfred.
Yep.
It's not a great name.
It is.
Wilfred.
Fantastic.
You call him Willie.
I have not come up with any nicknames yet. My sister does. She'll call him Willy Wonka or Willie Nelson, and I just haven't done it yet. I don't know.
He's newer. Angela, how long have you had Wilfred?
4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, still new.
It'll come to you.
It'll be something completely ridiculous and nothing like his name. That's
Yeah,
usually how it goes. Yeah.
I'm sure that we have listeners that have heard you speak about the Red Cross and all it does, and maybe they're thinking, I'd love to do something like that. I'd love to help out. How would they go about doing that?
Oh, contact us, please. Something that's really important to know about the Red Cross is I'm only 10% of the Red Cross. 90% of the Red Cross is volunteers. So we do not and cannot move our mission without the people to do it. So the people who show up to the home fires here locally, those are volunteers. The people who go on deployments, those are volunteers. So we always need people to volunteer. That's our biggest push here in the state of Maine because we are being asked to do a lot more. and we need the bodies to make our mission happen. So the best way to become a volunteer is to start the process, which is to go onto the website. You can just go to redcross.org, and that will plug you in. It says volunteer, and you put in your zip code where you are, and it will automatically populate to where to go, and then that's it.
Is there an age limit for volunteers?
No, it's wonderful. We have volunteers of all ages. I do deployments nationally, and I would say the majority of the individuals on these, like Hurricane Helene, I was there for 3 weeks. The majority of those volunteers are retired individuals because they have the time. A deployment, you give up 2 weeks minimum of your life to volunteer and go help somebody in another community.
See, Sarah, even someone my age.
Yeah. I was just thinking, do you have a volunteer position where someone just hugs you and you cry the whole time? Because I feel like they'd be really good at that.
Oh, yes, that's our disaster mental health workers, absolutely. And really all Red Crossers do that because it's, you're meeting people on the worst day of their lives. And so giving hugs is a big part of it. Yeah. And just being able to be there and listen and give hope to people is really what our volunteers do.
Is there any training involved?
Oh, that we have training for everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
I imagine it's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
It is. We call it the Big Red Machine is what I've called it. Oh. And when it gets going, it is, yes, the Big Red Machine gets going. But our trainings are extensive. They are absolutely fabulous. And as far as jobs, we have jobs for everything. People say, what can I do? And I say, what do you like to do? If you like vehicles, you could work on our fleet of vehicles. You can help us here locally with that. If you're into logistics, we have warehouses that you can volunteer in. As far as just our amount of supplies is huge. If you want to be a hands-on working with individuals that were affected, say, by a home fire, you could become a member of our disaster action team. Those are the people that actually go out and meet the people who are affected by disasters. If you have a specialty in mental health, if you're a licensed social worker, then you could join our disaster mental health. If you're affiliated with a church, and you could be spiritual care. We have so many different ways for people to become involved. There is literally something for everybody at the Red Cross.
I should mention this to my mom. She just retired last year.
Oh, wonderful.
She's a licensed social worker.
Oh,
This would be a great volunteer position.
we need disaster mental health workers. Our director of service to the Armed Forces and International Services, she'll be very happy for me to put a plug in for that because we're looking for actually 7 volunteers to work with it's only twice a year that they do a half-day workshop with our veterans. And
my mom specializes in post-traumatic stress disorder and veterans.
There you go. You will be giving me your mother's phone number.
Let her know you'll be contacting
Please,
her.
yes, please and thank you.
She lives in Bangor, though. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. We need it for the whole state. That'd be wonderful to have her.
Yeah, I'll mention it to her.
Angie, you were talking about Holiday for Heroes earlier. What's that all about?
Yes. So essentially, Holiday for Heroes is the Red Cross going about gathering donations and supplies for active military as well as retired military folks and just making sure that they have all of the things that they need over the holiday season.
Nice.
Wonderful. And are there drop-off locations where folks can participate?
There will be in this September. Actually, we're in September now. So we will have drop boxes at every single Androscoggin Bank location. So there's, I think, 10 different locations from Jay and South Paris to Portland and Gray and Brunswick. And then right here in Lewiston, Auburn, there's 3 different spots, 2 in Lewiston and then my branch on Minot Avenue.
Fantastic.
You can see Angela.
Yeah.
Pop something off.
That's right.
Give you a big smile.
Yeah.
Say,
I love those.
Yeah.
I heard you on that podcast
Yeah. Where's the drop box?
with the singing people. Or the singing person.
Right.
And the other one who needed medical attention.
Screaming one. The singing and the screaming.
Sophie, what is the most rewarding part of your job?
Oh, my goodness. That's a hard one.
Yeah. Oh, we don't throw softballs
I know.
over here, Sophie.
It's working with the volunteers. I am fortunate enough to be surrounded by the most wonderful people every single day, and they're all volunteers. All different walks of life. They all come to the Red Cross for different reasons. They are the most selfless people on the planet. They live and breathe the Red Cross, and I get the pleasure to be around them every single day. That's really what I think is the most rewarding for me. And then just like our mission to see, because our mission is delivered through our volunteers, that, preventing and alleviating human suffering. And it's through our volunteers' work that we get to move our mission. So through our volunteers, I'm able to see our mission, come to fruition.
And Angela, in the past 10 months that you've been a member of the Red Cross, what would you consider your most rewarding experience to be?
So since I have been with them for kind of a short time in the grand scheme of things, the most rewarding for me has just been surrounding myself with the people that have already been doing the work, to hear some of the stories that have come out, or just the reasons why some of the people have joined the Red Cross, and just understanding how much the Red Cross does even in the background. It all kind of makes me feel really good to be a part of something like that, and I can't wait to put more oomph into what I'm doing with it.
Angela is a rising star with the Red Cross, let me tell you. Oh, yeah, we have her. I have my finger on her for a lot of stuff.
Oh, boy.
Be ready.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
She is extraordinarily amazing.
I'm going to fit out the door, you guys.
That's okay. You started with a tiny head.
Yes, that's right. My little tiny head for my headphones.
The Red Cross website, as Sophie mentioned, redcross.org, is a wonderful resource for just about everything that you do. If you're looking on how to make your home safe, if you're looking for how to make a go bag, which I need, obviously.
And they're free community workshops here. If you check out
a lot of free
there's
stuff.
a lot. I mean, you're not certified, but you can learn the hands-only CPR.
Yes.
In case of an emergency, it's super handy.
It is very, very handy, and it does save lives.
Yeah.
And also our free smoke alarm program that is for anybody who needs or wants smoke alarms installed in their house, and it's free. We don't ask any information except for your name, address, and phone number. And we come in and we will install as many smoke alarms as your house needs. And then on top of smoke alarms, a lot of people don't know, we also install for the hearing impaired and visually impaired bed shakers and strobe lights.
Oh, wow.
So it's
Did
like
not
a disco
know
party.
that.
Yes.
It's a disco
And it
party.
becomes like a disco party.
Get yourself out.
Yes. So, and those are all free. So that's anybody can have that. So that's a really, really big thing, especially with us going into the winter and colder months right now. We say, wait until daylight savings time and check your smoke alarm. No, please do it now. And if you have one that looks a little old, outdated, just go to our website and look under the free smoke alarms and make an appointment with us, and we'll come out and install as many as you need. So we know that you're taken care of.
And if you're a young person who wants to get involved with the Red Cross, you can do that as well. Or if you're a parent who has kids and you think Red Cross involvement might benefit them, please reach out. You can subscribe to Youth Wire, the American Red Cross e-newsletter focusing on all things youth and young adults.
Yes, it's wonderful. We have Red Cross clubs around the state that are in schools, and they're wonderful. If you're interested if you don't have a Red Cross club at your school, you can inquire about getting one started. And they're wonderful service projects that 3 a year that we ask that the schools put on. So Bates is a big one. Bates is a big supporter of the Red Cross, very big. They do some of our largest blood drives. So yes. Mm-hmm.
Anything else about the Red Cross that either of you would like to add?
I think what's important to know is that you don't see the Red Cross, as far as giant billboards here in the state of Maine. You don't read about us all the time in the newspaper, but we are present and here every single day doing things. I say we're one of the best kept secrets, and we need to not be a secret. People need to understand that our volunteers are out providing services, taking care of our neighbors every single day, whether it's through blood drives, whether it's responding to disasters, doing our training services, giving counsel to our veterans and active duty members. we're really, we're very, very busy. And so I think that's one thing that is extremely important, that people think a little more about us and, that we're doing things. We don't advertise a lot of our responses due to the confidentiality of people who, have lost everything during a home fire or a flood. So that's a big thing. The other thing to think about with the Red Cross is, kind of a misnomer, is that we are not a government organization. We hear that a lot right now. What's going to happen? Absolutely nothing. The Red Cross is totally funded by private donors. We are a 501c3, just like, super small grassroots organizations, but we depend on the donor dollar in order to provide our services and keep doing what we are doing. And also, something that sets the Red Cross apart from a lot of nonprofits is that we have 3 congressional charters. So what that means is Congress can tell us, you need to respond, you need to do this. We don't have to depend on those because we automatically do respond, but we are in a very unique position with our federal government that if something happens, they can say, Red Cross, you need to respond. But we obviously do that anyway. So it's an interesting place to be in, and just to kind of demystify that, nope, we need the support. We need the bodies of the people to move our mission. And then we also need the donor dollars in order to keep funding the mission going forward. Our disasters that we're seeing here, we used to see 10 years ago, we used to see a $1 billion disaster every 180 days. That's a nationwide thing. We're now seeing one every 8 days. That's how serious this is. We used to live in a place where we would say, a place being in the Red Cross world, there's a blue sky time and there's gray sky time. Blue sky time is when there typically are not a lot of disasters. So you're looking from December until May. And then come June through November, it's hurricane and wildfire season too. And now, because there's no more blue sky, gray sky, we are in the constant response mode. Even here in Maine, we are constantly in response. I mean, in 2023, we had the horrible flooding that happened right before Christmas, totally took towns out. We lost 4 people. 4 souls were lost during the floods in western Maine, and then back-to-back storms after that on the coast. It's nonstop. The Lewiston shooting, we were the lead agency for the Lewiston shooting. People didn't know that because we do not do interviews or talk anything about what mass casualty incidents, but we are the lead agency because we have a partnership with the FBI. So we had 143 people come to Lewiston for that shooting. 143 people from around the United States, as far away as California and Puerto Rico, to serve the community of Lewiston during the shooting.
Wow. Huge organization.
Always want more. Always. We can never have enough.
We will need more all the time.
We always need.
With the changing of the climate and how things are moving as far as like that, like you're talking blue sky, gray sky time, like it's just going to get worse if we don't make improvements to our environment. And I can just see that happening.
Yes. And we feel here in Maine that we're very safe because we're not Florida.
Right.
We're not, we're not Louisiana or Texas. But I can tell you, because I work on national disasters and I'm a part of a special team during national disasters, one of the most concerning areas we're looking at is northern New England and the Gulf of Maine and storms coming up through here. So we need to really, really be ready. We need to be ready before it happens. People tend to say, it'll never happen here. And then it does happen, and then they get ready. We at the Red Cross, we want you to be prepared in advance. We want you to go in, fully aware of what you need to do, what resources available, and how to respond to a disaster when one does hit.
Yeah, it's better to be over prepared than under.
Absolutely, and it doesn't take much to be prepared.
Angela, any parting words before we head into our final segment?
I think Sophie covered it.
Come on, Angela.
No, I am. I'm extremely happy to be part of something as large as this. I've definitely learned a lot in the last year about the Red Cross that I had no idea. Like Sophie said, it is kind of a secret that, needs to get out there more. So I'm just looking forward to being a part of it.
All right. And from the sounds of things, you're going to be a big part of it.
She sure is.
She's got all the
She
plans.
sure is.
Sophie's planning out your future.
I am.
I know.
Yes, I am.
Next year marks 30 years of Uncle Andy's Digest. What started as a beloved print publication has grown into Lydia Media, a full-service marketing partner helping local businesses thrive. From LA Metro Magazine and the Lydia's Lunch Bunch podcast to social media management, website design, and advertising across all platforms, we've got your marketing needs covered. If you're a business making a difference in our community, let's connect. Lydia Media is here to tell your story and help you grow. Lydia Media, in business, for business. Learn more at lydiamediallc.com.
Our final segment is called 3 Random Questions, where we are going to ask Sophie and Angela questions that have nothing to do with anything we've talked about so far. Angela, outside of your professional skills, what could you teach someone to do today with 100% certainty?
That's such a really tough question. 100% certainty.
All right, 99.
I could teach him how to play a saxophone.
All right.
Yeah.
What kind of song are we talking about? Say you had someone for 2 hours.
Hot cross buns.
Hot cross
Yeah,
buns.
come on. It's the thing that everyone knows. Yeah.
All right. Good stuff. Sophie, same question.
How to make pasta, homemade pasta.
Ooh, I'm coming over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Homemade pasta.
I want to learn how to do that.
I could do that 100%.
All right. Is that your speciality?
My last name's Piconi. It has to be. You're born with it when your maiden name is Lavari and your married name is Piconi. So we're born making pasta.
All right, we'll start with Sophie this time. Okay. If animals could talk, which animal would be the smartest of all the animals?
I'm going to have to say horses because my daughter's an equestrian and we have horses. And they see a lot. They see a lot and they put up with a lot. And so I'm going to say horses.
Horses.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Angela, same question.
Cats. Come on. Listen, they have us all under their little paw. They do exactly what they wake us all up at 5 o'clock in the morning because they want to be fed, right? Like they have humans down to a science. They are absolutely the smartest little manipulators ever.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
All righty. Final question. Angela, if there was a movie made about your life, what would be the one scene that people talked about on the way home?
It's so ridiculous that, like, I don't know, I still laugh when I think about it. There was a year I was on vacation on a cruise ship, and my boyfriend at the time was very ill and could not sit at dinner with me anymore. It happened to be my birthday, so he went back to the room, and the servers came over and still sang me happy birthday sitting alone at a table. And I was literally laughing and crying because it just looked so stupid. Like I said, I still laugh about it to this day because when I finally made it back to the room, I barged in and Nick looks at my face. He's like, oh my gosh, what happened? And all I could answer was, they sang me happy birthday. I went to bed. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
It is a good one. I can picture the scene, not only because I've heard the story before, but I'm just like picturing it like in a cinematic way too. Like, who would play you?
Yeah. Oh God. I don't know. I get told I look like that girl on Sex and the City, the redhead with the long neck.
I was thinking Jennifer Lawrence would make a good you.
Oh, yes.
In that scene, don't you think she would be so good?
Yeah.
Yeah. She would be so perfect in that. I want to see that.
So
Oh, boy.
That's a good one.
All right, Sophie.
What do you have, Sophie?
You're up.
I'd have to say when I jumped out of a plane strapped to a Navy SEAL leapfrog. This was obviously way before children and might have been sitting there having a few adult cocktails at an establishment that the Navy SEALs were. I used to live in the same town where their training center was, and they were talking about jumping. And I said, oh, I'll do that. And they said, you always? Absolutely. Didn't think anything of it, you know. Well, the next morning, bright and early, there was a knock at the door, and my good friend Randy, who was a captain, was like, let's go. I said, where are we going? He goes, you said you're jumping. And I said, yeah, but I didn't really. He's like, we're waiting for you. Let's go.
Oh, no.
So they drove me out to Brownfield and threw me up in a plane. I was strapped to Gus, and I jumped out with the Navy SEALs. Screaming the whole entire way, of course. But yes, I mean, it was like, felt like it was a flash in a moment, a movie scene where you're sitting there having a good time. Next thing, you're plummeting to the earth, screaming.
With some guy
attached to Gus,
But,
which was not a
I mean,
war. That was not the bad part. Let me tell you that much.
Gus is Gus, but to be attached to a Navy SEAL feels like the safest person you could be attached to, right?
Yeah. And they're the leapfrogs, so that is what they do.
Yes.
They jump out of.
See,
that's all
that
they
sounds
do.
less
Yes.
scary to me than
But
just
still,
jumping. Still scary.
Yes.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. You're braver than I. But it just seems
well, you
like
couldn't tell them no. They're at
Right.
your door.
How are you
It's
gonna-
like, how are you going to tell the Navy SEALs no? They're at your door. And you just throw on some sweatpants and go. So
It's your civic duty.
absolutely.
I would have
Jump
peed
out
my
of that.
pants.
I didn't say I didn't. I'm joking.
I would have been like,
Sorry, Gus.
Yes, it was.
sorry, Gus. Do you have adult diapers on this flight?
Yeah. So that was it. That was.
Oh, that's good stuff.
That is good stuff.
Sophie and Angela, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for all of the great work you are doing with the American Red Cross.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
We certainly appreciate you, and we want to say thanks to Ruper's Beverage and Redemption and DeBlois Electric for sponsoring today's episode. And if you'd like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to Pam Ashby via email at pam@lydiamediallc.com.
Have a great day. And remember, don't bite your cat. And I will say, I have